What if I told you that George Russell might be leaving Mercedes and that Max Verstappen could follow him to Aston Martin? Sounds impossible, right? But behind closed doors, F1 is quietly being reshaped, and what's coming in 2026 might just change the sport forever. Welcome to Fuel Up Daily, your fastest pit stop for everything Formula One. If you're into driver drama, contract chaos, and behind-the-scenes power moves, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because you won't want to miss a single twist on the road to 2026. In one of the most surprising developments in the 2025 Formula One driver shuffle, a shocking rumor has started gaining momentum. George Russell might be on his way out of Mercedes and potentially landing at Aston Martin. Yes, that George Russell, the man once hailed as the rightful heir to Lewis Hamilton's throne at Mercedes. The same driver the team had earmarked as their future leader post-Hamilton. But now, there's growing speculation that the Brackley-based team may actually be ready to let him walk away. So why is this happening? And how does Max Verstappen fit into all of this? Let's dig deeper. Russell's current contract with Mercedes is due to end after the 2025 season. As we edge closer to the conclusion of the year, there's still no official word on an extension. Both George and team principal Toto Wolff have publicly insisted they're on the same page and moving forward in unison. But the silence around a formal agreement speaks volumes. Perhaps things behind the scenes aren't quite as aligned as they appear. Reports now suggest Aston Martin is seriously interested in signing Russell for the 2026 season and beyond. On the surface, that might look like a sideways move, or even a downgrade. But the reality is far more layered. Aston Martin today is not the same outfit it was a few years ago. With a factory partnership lined up with Honda for 2026 and none other than Adrian Newey guiding the team's technical direction, they're gearing up for a massive transformation. For Aston Martin, the plan is clear. Lance Stroll's seat is virtually untouchable. His father Lawrence owns the team. But with Fernando Alonso still putting in incredible performances at age 44, there's a real question about how much longer he'll stay in F1, especially with sweeping regulation changes just around the corner. Bringing in Russell would inject youth, race-winning experience, and send a loud and clear message. Aston Martin means business. But here's where the plot thickens. Some believe the team might have an even bolder plan in motion. Toto Wolff has long expressed admiration for Max Verstappen. Even after Verstappen and Russell clashed at the Spanish Grand Prix, Wolff kept his comments surprisingly neutral, unusual for a team boss defending his own driver. When asked about the incident, he said, "Neutral. If that was road rage, which I doubt because it seemed too deliberate, then of course that's not okay. But maybe Max was playing DRS tactics." Puzzled. I don't really know what his goal was. It's what Wolff didn't say that raised eyebrows. He didn't criticize Verstappen. In fact, he seemed to offer a bit of understanding. Could this mean Mercedes is shifting focus? Speculative. If Wolff sees Verstappen as the crown jewel for 2026, then letting Russell explore other opportunities wouldn't just be acceptable. It would be part of the plan. And what if Aston Martin is going all in? What if their ultimate target isn't just Russell, but Verstappen too? Earlier this year, rumors swirled about a jaw-dropping $300 million offer being made by Aston Martin to lure Max away from Red Bull. The team denied any formal bid, but their response was vague enough to keep the speculation alive. "We're fully committed to our current drivers under contract for 2026 and beyond." Media rumors are just that. But in F1, contracts are often as strong as the money backing them. With Adrian Newey joining the fold, Honda stepping back into the frame, and massive investments flowing in, this could be more than just a dream scenario. Even off-track activity has added fuel to the fire. Russell was spotted chatting with McLaren's Zach Brown and Andrea Stella at the Australian Grand Prix, even though McLaren already has Norris and Piastri locked in. Then in China, he was seen greeting Flavio Briatore, now involved with Alpine. And the biggest twist? Reports claim Russell recently had a serious talk with Red Bull team principal Christian Horner, who has previously praised George, saying it would be unwise to overlook his talent. Clearly, Russell is keeping his options wide open, which tells us one thing: his position at Mercedes is anything but secure. And speaking of Aston Martin's rise, we can't ignore the seismic move that sent shockwaves through the paddock. Adrian Newey leaving Red Bull to become Aston Martin's chief technical visionary. His appearance at the Monaco Grand Prix, examining McLaren's car, wasn't just curiosity, it was a statement. For Russell, this could be his golden opportunity. If he wants to lead a technical revolution under Newey and chase a world title post-Mercedes, the time to jump might be now. But here's where things could get explosive. Imagine if Aston Martin somehow pulls off the impossible and brings both Russell and Verstappen on board for 2026. You'd have a teammate pairing as volatile and thrilling as Hamilton versus Rosberg, or even Senna versus Prost. They're not exactly best friends. Their on-track battles have been anything but civil. Both are fierce competitors, unafraid to speak their minds or get aggressive when the visor goes down. Put them in the same garage, and you've got a pressure cooker ready to blow. Team briefings, psychological mind games, race weekends, edge-of-your-seat warfare. It could either launch Aston Martin to unthinkable success or completely unravel from the inside. Either way, the fans would get an all-time show. So what does that mean for Mercedes? That's the wild card. Despite the silence, there's growing belief that Mercedes are confident about their 2026 power unit. Much like in 2014 when they dominated the turbo hybrid era from the start, the Silver Arrows might have something special brewing, which raises the question, are they already planning for life without Russell? And again, all clues circle back to Max Verstappen. If Wolff can pull off the unthinkable and sign the reigning world champion, it would be a jaw-dropping coup and explain the calm approach to Russell's uncertain future. Whether George extends with Mercedes or makes the leap to Aston Martin, one thing is guaranteed. The 2026 season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and exhilarating chapters in recent F1 history. We're heading into uncharted waters. Regulation changes like the ones coming in 2026 tend to shake the sport to its core. No team is safe. Giants fall. Underdogs rise. Two names almost certainly heading into new territory: Red Bull and Aston Martin. Red Bull could struggle with the Honda to Ford transition and a changing technical structure. Meanwhile, Aston Martin, with Newey's genius, Honda's engines, and fresh driver talent, might just catapult themselves into the title fight. If they sign even one of Russell or Verstappen, it's a major turning point. But if they land both, we could be witnessing the dawn of a new golden age in F1, filled with epic rivalries, backroom politics, and trackside fireworks that will be remembered for decades. So what's your take? Should Russell stay loyal to Mercedes, or roll the dice with Aston Martin's ambitious rebuild? And if Verstappen joins too, will it be a dream team or total disaster? Tell us in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this kind of deep dive F1 coverage, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a beat from Fuel Up Daily.